Okay, let's say we want to do a custom report. Well, this is how you do it. You can basically make any kind of report you want. You don't have to use the built-in reports. So this is our main page, and I'm going to click on the report tab. I get my choice of 4 things. I can have a blank report, chart report, table, or some kind of comparison where I got 2 or more things I want to look at on the same page. Again, here we're blowing it up. We're just looking at the 4 different types of reports. We can do different types. Now we're going to go ahead and click on the blank report. So this dialog box pops up and it says, what do you want to name this thing? And I can name it whatever I want. It defaults to report, but whatever I want. And we'll do something in the activity, a little bit more with this in the activity. Then after I click OK, this comes up, and I see got this report that shows up. I also get a new tab. It's called the Design tab, and this is what's included in it. And we'll go over this very quickly, but not spend much time on it. First thing I'm going to look at is this insert group, and you can see the different things you can insert. I'm mostly going to be using chart, table, and text box. Those are the big 3. So if I click on the chart, this is the dialog box that shows up. And I get basically 8 different styles of chart I can select from. It's got those little icons that shows you what it's going to look like. But those are the 8 different types of charts we can have. And I can also get some different styles. In the case of the column, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types I could have. If you click on it, it'll change the chart. Same information, just different types of charts or style of chart. So let's say this is the one I want. I'm just going to click OK. And when I do, I get a second design tab. You can see what's in there. It's got the different types of charts I can have. More things to play around with. That's in the design, second design tab. Before we go on, if you want to get rid of that timeline pane, just right click in the timeline pane anywhere where there's a blank space. You see where it says show timeline? Just uncheck that, and that pane will go away. And we also get, in addition to that design tab, we also get what's called the field list. And we'll do some things with this in the activity, but just take a moment to look at what's in there, all the different things that we can do. And if you want to, go ahead and click on some of this stuff and see what happens. But we'll play with it in the activity. But let's just take a look at it for now. Now I'm going to move over to the Format tab. And you can see when I do that, I get this information up here. It's just going to tell us how the chart looks a little bit. Or if in the case of a table, tell me what the table will look like. But it's just like any Microsoft product. You can make it look however you want. You can and go ahead and play with it a bit. See what happens. You can't hurt it. Speaking of tables, let's create a table. So we're going to go back to Report, go to New Report, and just click on Table. And if I go to the second Design tab, this is what I get. And this is how I'm going to design my table, what it looks like. So same thing as a chart, except we're working with tables instead of charts. And notice that I got the table highlighted, selected. That's important. And you can see I got the header row checked. And what that means is that top of that table, that's not really information. That just tells me what's in those other cells below it. So in this case, got name, start, finish, percent complete. And that's the header row. And I've also checked banded rows. What that does, it'll give us different colors on different rows. You can see that up in the tab. If you unclick it, watch what happens. All those rows with different colors, different shades of blue, will just be the same shade of blue. That's what beaded or banded rows mean. Makes it easier to see across that row. And I can pick out the style I want. In this case, I got a blue table, just like it looks like on the icon up there. And I get the table data again. You just go ahead and take a look at that. Scroll up and down, see what's available there. Look up the pop-up windows. Just see what we can do with this. We'll do some stuff in the activity, of course. Now, if you look at these different groups, we're going to ignore the table, but if you want to delete this table, if you were to click on that, that table would go away. And we can work on the individual cell sizes, right? How big, how wide. And if you hit distribute rows, distribute columns, what that'll do is it'll make your rows and if you distribute rows, it'll make your rows all the same, right? You hit distribute columns and make the columns all the same. That's what that means. And then we got the alignment. You can go top of the box, bottom of the box, middle of the box. We can go left justified, right justified, center. We can go up or down with our text. That's text direction. We go horizontal, text is up and down. We can do the table size, how big we want the actual table. Bring forward. If I got other things on this report and I want the table to be up front, I'm going to bring it forward. If I want it to be in the background, I click send backwards and goes to the back of the other objects. And that's all there is to this. It just just basically making your table look the way you want the table to look, where you want it to look, the size you want it to be. Again, here's just a bigger look of all the different groups that we have. Go ahead and if you got your project open, go ahead and click on these, see what happens. And again, here's my field list. We could again do task, resources. We got different types of fields we can do. What do we want our table to contain? If it's custom, you can say what's inside our table and just click the boxes that you want to see. We got filters. We'll play with that in the activity. Group by. Let's just leave it no group. Let's not get into that. You got different levels, right? We got task within task, and you can decide where you want that. And you can sort this thing. How do you want this thing sorted? By date, by percent complete, however you want to do this. So you do all that and watch how your table changes. Again, here's a close-up of the different options we have in the field list pane. Now, this isn't in the book, but let's say we want to insert this into a Word document, right? So what I do then is you got to print this report. So I'd like to go to File, click on that. In the far left in that column, you can see where it says Print. You just click on that. You can you can print it as a PDF, which is what I usually do. And then if I need it as a JPEG, I'll just do a screenshot of the PDF and insert it where I need to in the report. Okay, let's create a custom report. You see, this is my Woods 3-bedroom home project reporting up here. All I'm going to do is go to Report, New Report, get the drop down, click on Table. We want to change this name to BWH Woods 3-bedroom home. And I'm just going to click OK. We created this report. Okay, let's design the table. So the way I do that is I'm going to come here, click on Design, Table. And we get this box. Now we want the medium style accent too. You can see the different names on this. Boom. That's what I'm going to click on. It just changes that. That's all they're looking for. That's how you do it. Okay, in this case, let's play with the field list a bit. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to work with the task. And what do I want to look at? I'm going to use this filter. I want to look at, get the drop down, complete a task. And I want to do the first level, level 1. That's all there is to it. And when I'm done with that, I just click the close box and I'm good. That's all there is. Okay, now let's just insert a chart. So I'm going to come up here, click on this other design. You can see where it says Insert, Chart. Now the chart I want is actually this clustered column. So I just say, okay, that's what I want. And there it is. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's edit this chart. So I'm just going to left click on this chart, get it highlighted. You see these 3 things pop up. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to do the chart elements. I want to get rid of the grid lines. And that's all you have to do for that. And the grid lines will go away. Next thing is style. I'm going to click on color, and I want green. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just pick this color green. and that'll work. That's all there's to it. And oops, let me get back on. The last thing I want to do is filter. I don't want to see actual work. I don't want to see any work. I just want to see remaining work. And I'm just going to hit apply. And that's what I get. Oh, and I forgot to save green, but that's how you do it. Okay, let's insert a hyperlink. This is kind of cool. So I'm going to come up here, Report, Tools, Design, Text Box. Just going to create one here. Create one, come on. There we go. I'm going to type in buildingwithheart.com. And then I want to make a hyperlink. So the way I do that is I highlight the Building with Heart, right click the mouse. There's a link. What's my web address? Well, it's Building with Heart, right? I click OK. And you can see that. So if I click on this, you can see there's actually a website called In Building with Heart. It'll take me there. And that's the way you use a hyperlink, or insert a hyperlink. Okay, the last thing we'll look at is how to insert an image. Say you want a little logo or something. So Report, Tools, Design, Insert Box, Image. Click on that. And if you look at Reporting on Progress in our data files, there's that thing there, the Building with Heart logo. Just going to click on that. You can see right there. There it is. It just inserts it, and that's all there is to it. Save your file.